Well, viewers, the top story today. The clamour for the caste census is gaining more traction with each passing day. After the release of Bihar's caste census report, Congress's B.K. Hariprasad has now urged the Siddaramaiah government to reveal the caste report of backward classes. A demand Mr. Siddaramaiah is all familiar with because it was under his first tenure as Chief Minister back in 2015. The then Congress-ruled Karnataka government commissioned the Socio-economic and Educational Survey. The Backward Classes Commission, headed by then Justice Kantaraj, conducted a survey with a pool of over 1,60,000 people and costed the state government at that point in time close to about 160 crore rupees. However, the report was never officially submitted to the government, with two member secretaries failing to actually sign it, citing political imprudence. And ever since then, all subsequent governments have failed to accept the report or even make it public. But now, Mr. B.K. Hariprasad has somewhere gone ahead and said, why not make this public? Why is it being kept in the shelves? Now, meanwhile, Mr. Siddaramaiah himself, of course, has shown interest in the recent past that this will be made public, he has said. But when is the real question that comes up? We've had multiple political reactions that have come up. We also spoke to Mr. B.K. Hariprasad about what his demands are. Let's listen in.
Sir, you just made a tweet saying that the Bihar government, which took a bold step to release the caste census report, Karnataka government should also follow suit.
Yes, Karnataka being the pioneer in reservation.
Okay.
Now, I congratulate Mr. Nitish Kumar ji and Lalu Prasad Yadav ji for taking initiative to declare the data or the report of the census, so that we will know what exactly the programs that has to be checked out for the people of this country. And without knowing the report, making, giving comments on that, I don't think so it is right.
Sir, some would say that by tweeting like this and tagging Rahul Gandhi, you put your own government in the state in the spot.
Well, Rahul Gandhi has been saying that the data should be released and the census should be conducted all over the country. And even today he has said that he has endorsed what Bihar has said. I have said nothing wrong about the survey. And if at all, if government is keen on developing the weaker section of the society, and it should come out with a clear data. That's what my leader has said, and I will also repeat the same thing.
But some would say that within the party that you are targeting the chief minister through this tweet. How would you like to respond to that?
It is not a personal attack. The report is not of anybody's personal property. Report is a government report. I just wanted that government should release the report. That's all.
Well, let's open this up to our guests. We have Vijay Prakash from the BJP joining us, Aishwarya Mahadev from the Congress, Imran Pasha, spokesperson of JDS as well with us. Firstly, let me ask Aishwarya here, very precarious situation, Aishwarya, because on one hand, of course, you have the Chief Minister himself who's been very keen on putting out this report. It was under him that, of course, it was initially commissioned. On the other, you have Mr. B.K. Hariprasad also raising this particular issue, and things have not been all well if you see between these two leaders. Meanwhile, there are some in the Congress who don't want this report to be made public as well because of some of the information that has leaked in the past about what it could bring with it politically for the state of Karnataka. What's the stand of the Congress party at this point in time about this particular issue?
Good evening, Deepak. I think you've brought in three large issues in this, and I will address each and every one of them. First and foremost, the issue of Mr. B.K. Hariprasad and whatever may be the sort of issue or whatever he's spoken about previously is a completely separate issue that has been dealt with at the internal and the government level forum that we have for the Congress party, and that is not what this debate is about. Second, on the idea of the caste census, I think Mr. Siddaramaiah as well as the Congress government in 2013 believed emphatically that there was a need to have a caste census for better delivery of socio-economic beneficial schemes, as well as to plan for the state. And I think that is also the ideal of a caste census in itself from the time of Ambedkar onwards. And what has happened today, and let me clarify the status also, is that the Congress government and also the national leadership believes that the caste census, a socio-economic caste census, is extremely important for delivery of services from any government, and it should be done. One. Second, from 2015 onwards, from the previous Congress government's socio-economic census, we had a few problems, whether it was member secretaries that inherently in principle disagreed with what the census said. Some believed it was not the most prudent manner in what it was done. Some also from various parties also went ahead to have it looked into court to try and stop the release of the socio-economic census. And I think that those are the sort of historic logjams that have prevented the government from releasing it. One. Second, we believe that we are going to look into trying to fix whatever the infirmities were. There also has been a sizable change in population since 2015, all of which have to be taken into account. And the socio-economic census should be given forth because if you remember, it was Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, our Congress president in Karnataka, who said a socio-economic census is extremely vital across the country, including also in the state. So we're looking at seeing what is the best way forward to ensure that the people of the state know exactly what the status of the realities, the ground realities is. And I think we're going to see a sort of decisive action on this very, very soon, Deepak.
Right, Aishwarya. Let's see what the BJP has to say, because the Prime Minister was pretty critical about the entire concept. He said that poverty is the only benchmark that should be really looked into, and the national resources should be focused on them. Mr. Prasad, what's your take?
Yeah, thanks, Deepak, and good evening to other panelists. See, we are a party that believes that 140 crore people of India, and we certainly believes in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Okay, see, BJP welcomes all initiatives for the all-round and overall development of the backward classes with an open heart. See, we should not forget the fact that the Prime Minister of our country, Sri Narendra Modi ji, himself belongs to the backward class. See, if there is any party that adheres to social justice, is Bharatiya Janata Party. See, 24 ministers belonging to backward classes in the Council of Ministers and the central government. See, there are 12 ministers belonging to scheduled caste and 8 ministers belonging to scheduled tribe. See, for the first time in the history of independent India, you should not forget the fact that the Kaka-Kelkar Commission report on the OBC reservation was rejected by Congress, Nehru, and later on by Indira Gandhi. Later, when OBC reservation was implemented, Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, we supported it. However, Sri late Rajiv Gandhi, who was the leader of the Congress Party at that point of time, was against it. So, Congress Party, I don't know what they're talking about. The main objective, see, in all these things today, it's the main topic of discussion. We should not, at the same time, we should not forget about the fact that the Indie Alliance...
Mr. Prasad, I don't want to really go into a very intricate details of this particular report in itself, but some of the hints that have been dropped is that some of the two major communities in Karnataka, the dynamics of that could change. The BJP is, largely dependent on one of them. So is this one of the reasons that the BJP in the last 5 years, didn't really act on this?
No, I agree with you. See, let me allow me.
No, do complete. I just wanted to add to what you were saying.
See, the main objective of Indie Alliance is to divide on the basis of caste, religion, and regional language. See, whatever it is. And now, today, I think Rahul Gandhi is also saying, Jitni Abadi Utna Hak. Is Congress the enemy of one of the community? What are they trying to say? What is the stand? Let them come out clear on the stand. Having all said this, on one hand, they welcome this report. On the other hand, they go on to say, Jitni Abadi Utna Hak. What are they trying to say? See, Congress government believes in divide and rule. What are they trying to do? See, multiple commissions, they have rejected the report, right? From Nehru till Rajiv Gandhi, they have rejected it. So what is their stand? So I want to know, the Congress should come out clearly on this stand. See, if at all, anyone who is believing in overall development, it is the BJP, which we are wholeheartedly with word and sound we are following that. The Congress party, they don't have any reason to claim that this belongs to them. We are the ones who are with the right spirit.
Okay, Mr. Prasad, I'm sure Aishwarya would want to rebut some of the points that you are making, but before I go to her, I'll also bring in Mr. Imran Pasha. Let's take an opinion as to what the JDS really believes about the caste census. There have been, of course, some statements that they've made pertaining to this. Let's take an opinion from him. Mr. Pasha, go ahead.
Hi Deepak, can you please increase the volume bit? Can't hear it properly. The pitch is very low. Hello?
Okay, if you could give us the JDS's stand right now, because this issue of, yes, I can hear you. If you're able to hear me, I will ask our technical team to, of course, fix that. And meanwhile, I'm reiterating and asking you this once again, while Mr. B.K. Hariprasad has opened this issue up once again about the caste report or the census report that was conducted by the Siddaramaiah regime back in the 2013 to 18 period. What does the JDS stand at this point, considering the fact that things have changed politically as well for you and as a party? What's your stand on the issue?
Definitely, Deepak, we have to, whatever the census has been happened, we need that result, right? Like how we came to know the fact in Bihar, what are the Yadav community stands, what are the minority, what are the OBC community stands for, because caste census is just not because of the political power gain. There are very other, it will require for any other activities like social reforming, economics, education and health sector, to improve the health sector and to give the employment, to empower the particular community. So we need the fact, right? If the census has been happened, and why still do we need so many years after doing so much of expenditure, after involving so many manpower and conducting survey for such a long period, and still we are not receiving the result? What is there to give the result in that? Because if we have the result, then it will help everyone, right? It will help even for the political party to understand their vote sharing rate and which our communities are standing, which our communities are there, and they can build up the community level leaders in that company, in that parties.
But okay, Mr. Pasha, but there are two important aspects here that I want to touch down upon based on the comment that you just made. One is, Mr. H.D. Kumaraswamy himself was a chief minister for a good 18 months. At that point in time, if if you're saying that this is very important, why didn't that come up during that phase? And more importantly, now your ally BJP thinks otherwise. So how are you really going to deal with that particular issue?
No, if you take in that way, like last time when our leader Shri H.D. Kumaraswamy when become the chief minister became with the coalition with the Congress, right? At that point of time, there were many issues related to the power sharing. He was not having much freedom to take a own decision. If he were having a majority, if he was becoming a CM based upon his party's majority, then we could have taken a stand and we could have taken a rapid action on it. At that point of time, there were many hurdles on that time from the Congress side. So hence the reason we were unable to provide a result.
So you're pinning the blame on the Congress party.
Part. We were expecting this time, we were expecting this time in Karnataka, if we were get majority,
in fact, commissioned this report. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, please tell me. No, you were asking something.
What I was trying to get at is you're pinning the blame back on the Congress party here. Okay, let me bring in Aishwarya as well. Aishwarya, I think you have a couple of people you would need to rebut here. Mr. Prasad initially made certain statements and also certain comments coming in from Mr. Pasha as well. Over to you.
Deepak, it's actually nice to see that the two parties actually still maintain their own spokespersons, because we know exactly what's happened with the alliance. But it's a very peculiar situation, and I quite feel bad for the JDS now, because in Kannada they call it Dharam Sankta, where it is basically a moral dilemma for them, because suddenly this alliance has made them run contrary to all the values that the Janta Parivar, the Janta Party, and what used to be the JD to the JDS have always held. But then again, to each their own and to each their own conveniences. But I have a few rebuttals, right? To the JDS, the question we asked, sir, it may have been the infirmity of the Congress in not releasing the caste census, but why was it that when Mr. Kumaraswamy was also chief minister, the impetus or the onus was on him? Why did he not do it? One. Second is, Deepak, it's a very funny situation today, because if you remember a few months ago, when we were at the height of the Karnataka assembly elections, today Prime Minister Modi has said poverty only, it's only garibi and whatnot, it's nothing else. But if you remember during the Karnataka elections, and you were one of the foremost sort of reporters on the ground and also in the studios on the same, it was Mr. Prime Minister Modi, Mr. Bommai and the BJP that trumpeted the fact that they had increased reservations for certain castes, including the Lingaites and the Vokkaligas, and had removed, or so what they claimed, which was later found unconstitutional, the minority reservation that was given under 2A under what was the Karnataka reservation system. I think it is the BJP that has always played a game of convenience and also connivance when it comes to the aspirations of the people. Deepak, Mr. Vijay can talk all he wants about the history and whatnot, but the present reality is very simple. The Congress party inherently believes that the socio-economic census is absolutely vital to understand how delivery mechanisms of social welfare schemes can be made better, one, and to fulfill the aspirations of communities that are left behind, because communities are constantly changing, populations are changing, and it is very, very dynamic. We have always kept the stand clear, even before the elections, even after the elections today. We understand that there were a few infirmities with our own caste census of 2015, which we're looking to see rectify. And Mr. BK Hari Prasad is not wrong in releasing it, and neither is Mr. Siddaramaiah in saying we want to release it. It is the BJP that is morally bankrupt, which talks about caste-based reservation before elections, and after they've been routed and they've basically been decimated in Karnataka, today Mr. Modi says it is not about caste, it is only about poverty. And this is where the hypocrisy is laid open bare for everybody to see. And I think we've been very clear. It's Mr. Vijay that has to tell me from this sort of bipolar diatribe he's having as to what exactly is his party stand.
Okay, we'll ask him that question. Meanwhile, we have a reaction coming in from Mr. H. Kantaraj. He was in fact the head of the commission that led this entire study and finally came out with the report. I want to play that reaction and then I'll go to the BJP.
Deepak.
See, I am also for that. See, I welcome the publication of the caste census by a big state like Bihar. It was actually due from long time, because no census at national level has been done so far as caste census is concerned. And caste census is absolutely necessary. According to me, it is the constitutional requirement for the purpose of achieving equality. In other words, social justice is to be done. So under those circumstances, this type of census or surveys, whatever it is, that is absolutely needed. And that has been done also. And so far as Karnataka is concerned, we have also done it. I think Karnataka would have been the first state after 1931. But anyhow, our report, which was done in the year 1950 and 2015 itself, so is still pending. I hope that the government will take the report and implement the same.
Well, Mr. Prasad, what do you make of the statements that have come in from the Congress, especially questioning you that whether during the time of elections is it okay to talk about reservation for backward classes, then now all of a sudden make a U-turn and say it's only the poverty that matters?
No, Deepak, today I think the Congress spokesperson is suffering from verbal diarrhea. Okay, hypocrisy is the second name of Congress.
Ask him to stick to
People,
facts. Does he really want me to get into what sort of
no,
opinion he has?
Aishwarya, Deepak, I did not
Deepak,
interfere.
tell
Deepak, I
him
did not
to stick
interfere.
to the
I think,
facts.
Let's not get personal. Let's come to the point, Mr. Prasad. Let's go ahead. Come to the point.
Deepak, I don't want any intervention. I did
Second,
not
the
interfere.
words you use are unparliamentary.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
See, Deepak, see, hypocrisy is the second name of Congress. People in the country have understood this even from the pre-independence days. Let them walk the talk. That is the one thing what we request. And then, see, regarding the unreleased caste census, the Congress government is highly divisive with appeasement politics as their trademark, which each and every person in Karnataka knows. See, leaders there are many leaders in Congress who are advocating for a nationwide census. The Congress has failed to release the data in Karnataka. The caste census are specifically divisive and as per the SCSS one, and Congress aimed to execute them in Karnataka as part of the divisive politics. Having said that, we are the party which believes in all-round development of the community. Rather than going based on this one, we want each and every person of the state to develop, and we walk the talk. Today, whatever the development has been done in the country, did we do anything based on certain caste and religion? No, we did not. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, and Sabka Prayas. We have taken each and every community, each and every caste together. We have not at all differentiated. See, that is what the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is
But
talking
overall, based on the equations, Mr. Prasad, that have been there earlier or spoken about in terms of a census, the BJP, also in terms of the political support that it gets from certain communities like the Lingayats, have been projecting Lingayat faces, as their foremost and topmost leaders, and they have been maintaining that for quite some time. And even in the
tell me who made this? Tell me who made this tall claim of the first hand of the resources of this country goes to the minorities? Who said this one? Who made this statement? It was Congress's Prime Minister. It was Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. So why did he make that statement? And now they are also telling jitni abadi utna hak. What are they trying to do here? On one hand, they tell that the first resources, all the resources goes to the minorities. Now they are telling jitni abadi utni hak. That's the reason why I said Congress's second name is hypocrisy. Let them walk the talk.
Okay, Mr. Prasad, I'm running short of time. Interestingly, this even through this debate, one thing is certain, that there is no clarity even now. And if you probably have multiple politicians from the same party as well sit together on a debate like this, you will have differences in opinion that will come about on this particular topic. For now, we'll have to wrap this and put an end here. But of course, this is a topic that's going to come up once again with the Chief Minister very keen, in fact, to make this report public. How soon will that really become reality? Something that remains to be seen. I thank Aishwarya, Mr. Pasha and Mr. Prasad for joining us on this debate. And we're going to slip into a quick break. On the other side, an interesting debate as well coming up, this time from Telangana.